Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take the big news stories, break them down, and hopefully give you some clear, maybe surprising insights.
Glad to be here.
So today, we're diving into something pretty huge. It's definitely making headlines, and it's really reshaping AI's future in a, let's say, critical area.
Mm-hmm. Critical is the word.
Yeah. So the main thing is this: OpenAI. You know, the ChatGPT folks.
Everyone knows them now, yeah.
Right. Well, they've just landed their very first direct contract with the U.S. Department of Defense, the Pentagon.
And it's not just a toe in the water, is it?
No, not at all. It's massive. A one-year deal worth $200 million.
Wow.
And what's really interesting, they apparently beat out 12 other bidders. So a pretty competitive field.
12 others, that's significant competition. Speaks volumes.
So what's it for? The contract, I mean. It's about developing cutting-edge AI tools. That's the phrase they're using. And these tools are meant to tackle critical national security challenges. That covers things from, actual warfighting support to just the general running of the DoD, the enterprise side.
Right. And the scale, that $200 million figure, it really jumps out. I mean, analysts are already saying this could be one of the biggest annual defense contracts ever for a software company.
Ever.
Yeah. It's not just, a nice contract win for OpenAI. It feels more like a strategic marker.
How so?
Well, it strongly suggests this bigger move, this systemic shift towards governments really leaning into AI, specifically using this software as a service model.
The SaaS model, so like paying a subscription.
Exactly. Paying for access for the service, not buying the whole software stack outright. And, this fits into that larger idea we've heard about, the Stargate vision.
Right, the unified AI infrastructure for the government idea.
Precisely. It feels like a concrete step in that kind of direction.
Right.
Building that national AI capability.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit more then. 12 bidders, you said. That's a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think gave OpenAI the edge here for such a huge contract?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Or, well, the $200 million question.
Huh. Right.
I mean, look, OpenAI has a massive reputation now. They're large language models, they're state-of-the-art. That capability, just processing huge amounts of data, generating text, it's incredibly useful.
Even for defense stuff?
Yeah.
Beyond just chatbots?
Oh, absolutely. Think about data analysis, intelligence summaries, streamlining paperwork, all that administrative burden. Even that is valuable in a defense context. So their established tech was likely a huge plus.
Makes sense. And okay, what else do we know about the specifics? Like, where's this work actually happening?
Yeah, the nitty-gritty, it's mostly based in and around Washington, D.C. Makes sense, close to the Pentagon.
And they have a deadline.
They do, a completion target of July 2026. So it's not a super long timeline for something this potentially complex. A bit tight.
Interesting. And this isn't happening in a vacuum for OpenAI.
Right.
You mentioned strategy.
No, definitely not. It lines up perfectly with something else. They just launched this new OpenAI for Government initiative.
Ah, okay. So they're actively targeting government work now.
Explicitly. They're framing it as, helping improve the day-to-day experience of public service, making government employees more empowered, more efficient, that sort of thing.
So broader than just defense then. It's about efficiency across the board.
Exactly. It's about embedding AI to make government work better, essentially. Less red tape, more support for the people doing the jobs.
And you can really feel that push. There's Felipe Milon. He's the lead for OpenAI's government partnerships. He posted on LinkedIn. Sounded really proud, obviously. He talked about remarkable momentum in how the U.S. government is adopting AI.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, mentioning everything from cutting red tape, like you said, to, and this is key, bolstering national security readiness. So connecting efficiency directly to security.
And it paints a picture, doesn't it? AI is this kind of versatile solution for lots of different government problems.
It does. And look, this optimism, it's kind of backed up by OpenAI's, well, frankly, insane growth.
Oh, the numbers are staggering.
No.
Absolutely. They reported, an annualized revenue run rate of $10 billion just back in June.
$10 billion.
Yeah.
Annualized. Wow.
And there are those reports about them planning to raise potentially up to $40 billion more, led by SoftBank. At a valuation maybe around $300 billion.
Just astronomical numbers. So this DoD contract, the $200 million, while it's a lot, it's maybe more strategically important than purely financially at this point.
I think that's fair to say. I mean, $200 million is still $200 million, but compared to those other figures.
Right.
But strategically, getting this flagship contract with the DoD, It opens up a massive government market that was, well, largely untapped for them directly. It signals trust, capability, huge for future deals and investor confidence.
Okay, but here's the really critical point, I think, especially given it's the Defense Department.
Yeah.
The ethics.
Yeah.
The weapons question.
Yes, the elephant in the room.
OpenAI has been very explicit, apparently. They confirm the AI prototypes developed under this contract. They will stick strictly to their internal usage policies.
And those policies specifically rule out
Weapon systems. They say their policy prohibits applications in weapon systems. Full stop.
that is a very important line they're drawing, publicly stating that.
It is. But, practically speaking, how easy is it to keep that line clear, especially when you talk about decision support versus direct control or dual-use tech?
Right.
How do you ensure that boundary holds?
That is the crucial ongoing challenge. You're right. The line between, say, AI analyzing battlefield data to inform a commander and AI actually guiding a weapon, it can get blurry. OpenAI has its policy, which is good, but enforcing it, that relies on really clear definitions of weapon system, constant vigilance, probably rigorous auditing. It's not a one-time fix, especially as the AI gets smarter.
Yeah, it feels like something that needs continuous attention. So given that complexity and the no weapons rule, what are the kinds of things the Pentagon expects this AI to do? Do we know?
Well, the exact models aren't detailed, no surprise there.
Sure.
But the Pentagon's outline gives hints. It seems focused on enhancing capabilities around the core fighting.
Okay, like what?
Like, think about cybersecurity. Using AI to sift through massive network traffic logs to spot subtle anomalies, potential cyber threats way faster than humans could.
Right, defensive stuff.
Or streamlining healthcare for service members, maybe optimizing logistics, like getting medical supplies or parts exactly where they need to be on a complex battlefield, using AI for predictive routing or inventory management.
Okay, so efficiency and support.
And also that decision support piece. Using AI, perhaps predictive analytics, to quickly process incoming intelligence, assess situations and present options or likely outcomes to commanders, helping them make faster, better informed decisions under pressure.
But not making the decision for them or pulling the trigger.
That seems to be the intended boundary based on OpenAI's stated policy and the suggested use cases. It's about augmenting the human, not replacing them in that critical final step, especially concerning lethal force.
Okay, so let's try and pull this together. We've got OpenAI, this AI giant, landing a landmark $200 million deal with the Pentagon.
Their first direct one.
Right. Goals are enhancing national security, boosting government efficiency. We see the huge financial growth context for OpenAI.
The billions.
And, crucially, this explicit promise, this policy, about not using it for weapon systems. So, what does this really mean for you, listening right now? What's the takeaway?
If we zoom out a bit, what's really fascinating, I think, is how this contract shows frontier AI, the really advanced stuff, becoming deeply integrated into how government itself operates, even in the most sensitive areas.
Yeah, it's not just a tech industry thing anymore.
Not at all. It's becoming fundamental infrastructure almost, a core capability. And that, well, that naturally leads to a really important question for all of us, doesn't it? As AI keeps expanding into these critical, high-stakes domains, defense, intelligence, essential services, how do we, collectively, as a society, make sure its development and use stay aligned with our core values? Accountability, transparency, ensuring it's genuinely beneficial.
Even with company policies in place.
Especially then. Policies are vital, but how are they enforced? How do they adapt? What happens when capabilities blur? It raises the question of oversight, societal dialogue, and maybe our shared responsibility in making sure AI evolves in a way we're comfortable with. What questions should we be asking?
That's definitely something to think about. A really important point to end on. These changes are happening so fast.
Incredibly fast.
Understanding what's going on, the implications, it's really key. So keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and thinking about how all this tech is shaping, well, everything.